Welcome, welcome, one and all. It is another Tuesday night, and it's a very special Tuesday night because we are here to speak to the energies of the Libra solar eclipse. We're going to talk about the eclipse. We're going to talk about the week ahead, the month ahead, which I have coined opt-out October. And that does not mean you hide your head in the sand. We'll get into what that means. I've got quite a bit that I'm going to show you on the screen. Hi, everybody on TikTok. If you are here and you want to come over and see, I'm going to show every astrological zodiac sign's chart and tell each zodiac sign, sun and rising, how this eclipse is going to affect you. But you here on TikTok won't be able to see it. You'll only be able to hear what I'm saying and see what you see. If you come over to Chanda Sparkles Astrology on YouTube or Facebook, YouTube is preferable because that's where most of you lovely folks are here in the chat. Thanks for being here. Then that way you'll get to see everything because there's a split screen. I'm also going to show us some research that I've done and a couple of pieces of my art on the goddess Astraea, because the goddess Astraea is another goddess that I discovered is conjoined exactly to the exact degree to this Libra solar eclipse. And you know how I love to bring in the goddesses. So we're going to speak to Astraea tonight and what that means for this eclipse. This is an extreme time. It's a potent time. It's a powerful time. Eclipse seasons always eclipse people, places, things, and experiences in and out of our lives. You probably have had a few relationships fall off in the last couple of weeks. I know I have, and they just kind of came out matter-of-factly, or it could have been a little strenuous, things like that. You may have moved on and gotten another job, or maybe you're in the midst of moving. These are times when cycles close, and this isn't just any eclipse. This is a eclipse that is speaking to our relationships. It's speaking to our values and our home security, with Mars being in play, just about to go to his retrograde degree this weekend. He'll be at that retrograde degree, and he's going to stop and then start to slow. He's already started to slow. We have Jupiter, the planet of expansion and abundance and wisdom, that is also stopped and is starting to slow, to go retrograde. We have Pluto, the lord of the underworld, the big player that rules Scorpio, also stopped to go direct, to finish out his long transit in Capricorn, to enter into Aquarius for 20 years. And remember, Pluto started this Capricorn transit back in 2008. There are layers upon layers upon layers of cycles closing. When we close a cycle, we have an introduction of a new one, right? So this is not even though a lot of us won't be seeing the eclipse, this eclipse literally is going over most of the Pacific Ocean. It's going straight over Easter Island, which I found very fascinating, and the very tip of South America. Those of you on TikTok, if you want to see that chart that I've created for the eclipse, I'm about to be showing it on Chanda Sparkles Astrology YouTube. You can see that link in my bio. You'll also be able to see all the cards. You'll be able to see everything. We are going to do cards tonight. We will not be doing a collective read. We're just doing the astrology and learning about all of the stuff that's happening with the astrology and showing each of you your own specific chart for your sun and rising sign. You need to know what your sun and rising signs are, and then that way you'll know what house this is playing at 10 degrees. This is a 10-degree eclipse in Libra, air sign Libra, thought, communication, intellect. This is all about beautification, and really it's the last solar eclipse we're going to have in Libra for a very long time. This is closing out the Aries and Libra North and South karmic node of fate 18-month cycle. This is the last eclipse of that 18-month cycle. For the past 2 years, we've been having eclipses in Aries and in Libra, and this is the last one in Libra. This is so potent. This is so powerful. What's happening now in your life in multiple ways is going to probably come to fruition over the next 6 months, because once we hit the equinox in spring in the northern hemisphere and the fall equinox in the southern hemisphere, we'll be coming into this close of this cycle. So pay real close attention to what's happening in your life now, as a lot of that will come into completion when we come around to 6 months from now. All right. So this is Mars entering shadow week as well. You know, Mars entering his shadow before he goes retrograde, that only happens every 2 years. And this year, it's happening in very emotional cardinal sign, which a cardinal means instigating, getting things going, initiating, okay? And this is all about home, land, security, water, energy with the warrior of the home, land, security. These are the themes that we are dealing with on a personal as well as a world level. So much is going on in the world. You already know what's happening. The ports have shut down. That horrendous hurricane is destroyed part of the United States. There's typhoons hitting over in the Asian countries. There are more storms going on out there. I believe this gentleman on TikTok was talking about how there was 11 different storms right now in motion, you know, like that could become possibilities of a large major storm. So Neptune is retrograde in Pisces. Saturn is in Pisces, making all of this very real. It's showing up. That boundless water of Pisces and Neptune is showing up to show us what needs to change, what needs to shift. I had 2 people ask me on this port situation. I was speaking on TikTok, and we were texting back and forth, and I had stated, I said, I do believe the port thing will be resolved by the time Pluto enters Aquarius, November the 19th of this year. I don't believe that that's going to be a long, extended thing. I do believe it has been really ramped up to instill a lot of fear in us. That doesn't mean we're not smart. That doesn't mean we don't get the necessary things we need without hoarding. Get what you need, you know, if you can. And if you can't, change your vibrational frequency that you will not be affected, you know, that you will have what you need. I always have what I need. Everything is always instantly provided for me. I attract everything that I need in this world just with my energy. State these things to yourself, because your reality is completely different than mine, because you're the only one perceiving your reality. You can program yourself just like they programmed us. You know, a lot of the world has been programmed for so long. You know, fear, lack, you know, unworthiness, all of this shit. You know, a lot of it piled upon pile upon pile over many. Your DNA, it's all in your DNA. It's attached to the human DNA. We are here as light warriors, star seeds, spiritual folks, to change that frequency. This is science and spirituality combined, right? So science proves that we are vibrational energy and that everything around us is energy. So you begin to learn to prove to yourself how you can program your reality to be what you want it to be. This is not taking away from all of the pains in the world. This is not taking away from having empathy and love and sending so much compassion, grace, and ease to those who are suffering, those who have lost family members. You know, I stayed up the last couple of nights watching these TikToks, and I just cried. You know, it's devastating what's going on over here because of this storm. I do not believe that storm was natural at all. And I'm not going to go into all the conspiracy over it because there's plenty of people out there that do that. If you are new here, I am an intuitive psychic medium. I channel a collective called the 12. They are beings that I have connected to pretty much all of my life. And everything goes through my highest divine light, the original creator of my soul. You know, we must walk in faith that even the tough stuff, even the hard stuff that's happening is meant to happen right now, because there's got to be change. I said it last week when I was speaking, or maybe it was the solar eclipse, I'm sorry, the Pisces lunar eclipse video, but I said it last week, we have to realize that everyone in this world is screaming from the inside for change. So don't be surprised when change shows up. Don't be surprised when those shifts come in to really rock your world so that you can shift and change. Always better to take that initiative and listen to your higher guidance so that you're not being forced to do those changes that that small voice inside of you has already been telling you it's important that you change. Okay, so if you are here on the TikTok, please double tap the screen. And if you want to see everything I'm about to show on this chart, come on over and we will, we're going to show the charts. We're going to show the cards. We're going to show I've got some Astraea information, the Greek goddess Astraea. We're going to do everything over here on Chanda Sparkle's YouTube, or you can just hang out and please comment, ask questions, whatever you want here. I'm here. So I love TikTok. So I just wish that my Ecamm streaming service would connect in with TikTok. For some reason, it won't. It's, Ecamm pretty much connects with everything, but for some reason it's not on TikTok, and that's what I use. So anyway, let's say hi to everybody. I see a lot of you are loading in the chat over here on YouTube and Facebook. Hi, guys. Yeah. I see the mods are here. Thank you, moderators. I love you so very much. Thank you so much for holding it down and helping us through this as we go through this wonderful gathering of light-minded beings. That was another one that came through this week. We're light-minded beings. We are light-minded beings. Not just like-minded. We're light-minded, right? And Mercury is conjoined to this eclipse. So, and Vesta. I mean, there's so much. I'll show you on the screen when you look at the chart. The pie of the zodiac Libra is so packed out. It's crazy. All right. Here we go. Come on in, everybody. So glad that you're here. Yes. Okay, cool. Hey, Sandy, Tears of Joy. Yeah, bring it here. Love you all. Well, she says, we're painting our living room an orangey gold just in time for fall. Hey, that's nice. That sounds like a lot of fun. Beautification, that is Libra. Libra is all about beauty. But when you have her ruler in Scorpio, you're talking about a gangster. You're talking about Venus kind of becomes gangster and extreme, and really kind of bold and in your face truths coming out, because you have to look to the ruler of the eclipse, and it's in Scorpio. So we got to really take that into consideration, that in Scorpio is death, transformation and rebirth. It's metamorphosis. It's other people's money. It's how other people's money is used. And it's manipulation. It can be greed. It can be, but it's also, that instant manifestation through the knowingness. It's the psychic of the zodiac. It's digging deep. It's everything beneath the surface coming to the surface so that it all can come out. That's why we're having all this stuff come out. It has a lot to do with Pluto. And as soon as Venus entered into Scorpio, that's when a lot of stuff really started surfacing around the world of the dirty deeds. And the dirty deeds is coming out. That's just part of the cycle. It's got to come out. It's like washing the sewage. You know, it's like getting down deep in there to get that nasty shit out in the collective consciousness. It's gotta go. It's gotta go. All right, Lori Woods is here. Hey, opt out of work today, she says. That's right, it's opt out October. Let me just explain what I mean by opt out October. So you can take it to whatever, and by the way, everyone do their own thing. You are powerful light beings. You manifest, you know your best route. Your internal GPS is always telling you your best route. It's the problem is you let that reptilian mind get in the way, and that needs to be removed. If you need your reptilian mind removed, I do that in sessions. You can always contact me. All my information is below. So, opt out October, it means that you don't have to participate in anything. If you choose that you don't want to watch the news, if you choose that you don't want to see all the horrors and the traumas that are on TikTok or on YouTube or wherever, you don't have to. You can opt out. You can plug in somewhere else. You can plug into nature. You can plug into yourself. You can plug into your family. It's a really good time to be plugging into home, securities, and wealth, okay? Like, for instance, as soon as Venus came up and hit my rising sign degree, that's when I knew I was going to initiate. I'm doing a little bit of credit building. You know, I'm trying to build my credit a little bit more, because I know I'm going to move and I just want to have all my stuff squared away when I move. And so I got with someone to do that for me. So that's already been initiated. But I know my chart. I knew when it hit my rising that Venus would allow that process to work much quicker, because she's going to, she rules values. Venus is also the ruler of Taurus, which is our values, and our monies. So that's just an example of how this stuff could play out in your life. Violet Flame is here. Yes, good stuff. Thank you for being here. Also, Tammy Lynn, sister out of Canada. So glad to see you here. Nikki, y'all, photography. Hey, if y'all looking for a good photographer, she's really good. She's down here in Rockport, Texas. Yes. Diana Scarborough, how are you doing? Good evening, beautiful sister. Troy is in the house. Thank you for being here. And Urban Truth Seeker. Wow, nice to meet you. I'm glad that you're in here. And it looks like we got some new folks loading in. All right, so now look, I have a lot to show you. This is the last time I'm going to say it on TikTok. Please come over to Chanda Sparkles Astrology so you can see everything on the screen that I'm about to be showing, so you can see me annotating each chart for the zodiac's rising and sun signs. He says, I'm Capricorn rising. I'm tracking Pluto's movement like a hawk. Yes, indeed. I'm pretty sure you are. I would be too. I totally would. Because, that's a long transit, and it's not an easy one. It's not an easy one. And, I said it last, I don't even know when it was, but I said, I think all Capricorns deserve like a huge reward come November 19th. If you know a Capricorn on November 19th, walk up and give them a hug, because they survived a Pluto transit since 2008. And it's not easy. Pluto's not easy. It's just not. Let's see here. Yes, great affirmations. Saying your affirmations. Hey there, Deborah's in the house. Lynn is here, but she's late. It's all good. You can be late. It's all good. Okay. Sandy, and let's just see here. Okay, I'm making sure I'm not missing anybody. Hey, Amanda, how you doing? Joanna is the Scorpio rising. I'm Scorpio rising and Scorpio sun sign in the first house with Scorpio Mars. So I got that stellium in Scorpio. That's right. Ruler of the Eclipse. There she is. That's right. Okay. Scorpio the ruler. No. Scorpio isn't the ruler of the eclipse. Venus is the ruler of the eclipse in Scorpio. Okay? So that, maybe I said it backwards. If I did, I apologize. She said, but thank you for bringing that to my attention. Joanna says she's a Capricorn moon. Yeah. Okay. Let's get going. Everybody. Okay, real quick. I don't have time to go through and show you every single thing, but I want you to just look in this box. Okay, like there is so much stuff. Card decks. We've got Ouija socks. Okay, and there are like 5 of these amazing alchemy oils. One is called Flaming Blue Amour of God. One is called Crystal Lotus Heart. You also have got the one that I'm actually wearing, and I have been like using this one for a little while. You got a skull of the Lumerian light. All of this is alchemy from Sandra Isis. Okay, Sandra Isis of Tribe Rainbow Fire is our sponsor. Look at this. You got 2 big, huge, nice bracelets and like 5 or 6 stones in this thing. Lots. Look, there's another one of these. And then you get the little roller medicines. And then I have thrown in, which is a $30 value, $35 value. These are my alchemy soaps that have Lemurian crystal in the center, and they have all very high quality grade oils, and a lot of alchemy's been done on them. That right there, you take a bath, shower with that, you won't even know what to think. Seriously, I use this and it changes my life. I'm not even kidding. It's life-changing stuff. But just look at these. Aren't these beautiful? So she's got multiple bracelets in there. And she's going to give you a reading. And then we've got the tarot card. I believe this is Fantastic Creatures Tarot. Okay, so there is the sponsor prize. You must like, subscribe, and comment on the replay video after this loads. When you come back after this loads on Chanda Sparkles Astrology, just comment something, drop a heart, make sure your name gets in the comments. That's how I gather all of the winners. All right. Thank you, Sandra Isis, for being our sponsor. And really, really quick, just have a look. I mean, she's so cool. Go check her out on Facebook. You know, like here it is, Lemurian Crystal Mind. This is a pure frequency oil, which means only oil. Light, tone, vibration, and frequency are the ingredients used. This oil was made to honor those who have come before us and ignite the crystal skull, the crystal mind within. In my experience, we each have the potential to become a 13th crystal skull being of consciousness. Like seriously, she goes all out. She has so many different types of products. Go and check her out. All of her information and all of her links are in her link tree right below. All the links are there. Go and check her out. Okay. Thank you, Sandra. We love you. All right. So let's go ahead and I'm doing this a little bit different this evening. Okay. I'm not going to go too deep into this week ahead because we have quite a bit to go over, but just understand this is a last let go. We are looking at the mirror in our relationships. So people that come up and speak to you are literally you in a higher form, speaking back to you what's needed to be heard, no matter what emotion is attached to it, all right? This is of legal importance. Remember at the beginning of eclipse season, I said, this is the 2 eclipses, I'm calling them visions of legacy and legalities. Okay, so that's the theme that we're dealing with this eclipse season, from the Pisces to the Libra that we're about to have tomorrow. This is all about releasing codependency. It's all about deciding, what is my value? I got a big hair sticking out. Calm down. What is the value within me? You know, this is karma. Karma is dealt. And you may be witnessing it to you, around you, or it's happening to you, people around you, and things are coming through. Remember, with Venus and Scorpio, that's very raw, in your face, okay? This is a South Node eclipse. South Node eclipse is all about letting it go. Think of the ass of the dragon. What comes out of the ass of the dragon? It's got to go. It's toxic. It's a purification, toxic release of the karmas that are attached to anything. It could be attached to your home, your work, your family. It's all about relations. whoever you're relating with, right? It's very adjusting. You've got to do a lot of adjusting. Be very cautious this week with impulsivity. Be very cautious with your words and realize we're coming to some resolve here. You got to be cautious because everything that you're putting out there right now really is powerful. Even if you think it's not, but it really is. And things can happen, and the next thing you know, something's exploding in your face. But this is a social time. It is a dynamic time. Libra is a very social sign. And everybody seems to think just love, beauty, relationships. But, really you got to understand that Libra can get pissed. They can get up in your face. They can get to their snapping breaking point. Most of the time, they have a lot of diplomacy, and they like to be objective, and they like to think things through, think the scales, balancing everything out, right? But at some point in time, you're kicking those scales down. And this is the energy that's being put out across the world, okay? So the scales are getting tipped right now. They've been kicked off the desk, and they're falling down the stairs, and they're broke. Because this is the final hoorah of no more codependency. You have to realize that you can't put things off on others. Others can't put things off on you. This is a time of stepping into the I am that I am, stepping into the power of the initiation of self, stepping into the power of the soul, allowing that light energy to come straight on in, allowing your higher crystalline mind, like the crystal skull Isis talked about, to really take form. You got to be objective right now. You got to be very objective, and you need to really be discerning, because we still have Neptune at 20, I think it's at 28 degrees now, and it's a lot. It's a lot. That's illusions, smoke and mirrors. That's everything that you're seeing is not exactly what you think it might be. Be very discerning. Okay, so that eclipse is going to happen tomorrow. You'll have to check for your times. We'll see on the chart here in just a minute the exact times. But remember, when we get to Friday, that moon is going to go into Scorpio. And then Venus is going to be in a harmonious trine to Venus is trining Saturn. It's all happening right now. So this Venus trine Saturn is kind of like a rough addiction getting some resolution. It's like the deep, dark, ugly of the energy is, stopped. Like it's like this is as far as you go, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's no more to go here. This is also about your values and pleasures. Like people will have deep desired pleasures over the weekend, but this is an aggressive weekend. Even though the moon is going to conjoin Venus on, because moon and Scorpio conjoin Venus can be hot passions. It really can, but nothing surface level will do right now. You've got to really dig deep with things, and people are going to be a little more edgy. There's a lot of edge when it comes to Scorpio energy. But really this weekend, I would say find what gives you the deepest pleasures and do that. But be very aware that there could be accidents, there could be travel issues, there could be a lot of stuff going on, lots of deep, aggressive type of energies. The media, oh my gosh, it's going to be turned up big time coming into Sunday. And I literally wrote across my astrology calendar, slow down all week. Like really take yourself a minute and take a pause before you do anything, because these are karmic times that we are in. Mercury is in square to Mars, and that's where all that aggression is coming. Mercury in square to Mars is like fighting words. This is like people really going off and losing their temper. And it's all about their home. There is a massive rising. We all can see it and happening in the world. And it's that energy is just stirring and stirring and stirring around this right now. It's sudden and impulsive. It's also awkward, like feeling uncomfortable, not getting the things that we need. That's the kind of weekend we're looking at. Now, when we come into next week on Monday, Tuesday, the moon will traverse into Sagittarius. And it will lighten a little bit next week. Next week, we have a little bit less challenges, but straight up, this is a challenging period. From now through November, it's just challenges. It's going to be a challenging period. We'll have higher moments that are like a little more ease, a little more grace, a little flow, and then you're going to have lower moments. And that's just the way it is. But we are building and we are moving towards a new realm, a new reality, and it's seeding. It's seeding right now, brothers and sisters. So be excited. Be excited. We have support. There are ships right outside of our realm, all offering support. Know this, okay? And don't let the fear fuck you up. Let go of that stuff. If it rattles you, if you're super sensitive, just put it away. Just let it go. Step into something creative. It's a great time for creating. Create something. Create something that is going to grow in the future, But by Monday, Tuesday, we're doing some big truths. We're going to start seeing some real big truths. You'll be seeing a lot of stuff coming out in the media on Monday. But it could be a very serious night on Monday because we have that moon in Sag in a square to Saturn. So Monday night is not the greatest night for like a date night or anything like that. If you are going to have a date night or something, or you're wanting to go out and have some fun or whatever, I would keep it as low key as I could. Like bedroom is great. Bedroom sex all weekend long is really great. But be careful because you need to watch yourself when you're out. If you're single, what's going on? There are predators out there, and this could be that weekend when we see more people with attacks happening. This is where everybody's hothead is round up. Okay, no shete moi. Shete mokai. Sote no kuchite moi. And I'll talk about, but we do have some good aspects next week. Venus is in trine to Mars, which Venus and Mars in a harmonious trine flowing. That means the divine feminine, divine masculine are coming into some nice resolution. Some nice things are happening there, And then Mercury is in a trine to Jupiter, but these planets are slowing down. So they're going to be even stronger. It's going to be an intense felt thing. But I do feel like next week we'll have a little bit more. It won't be as challenging, I'm hoping. Because we have more it's just like this whole week we have a lot of really strong and intense and edgy type of moves. This is a massive power movement. This is a massive month of power moves. And it's a massive period. So I see you all here. Yes. Urban Truth says, it's definitely not boring. That's right. It's definitely not. It's not. It is going to be a little bit aggressive, a little bit passionate. Okay, so I also want to address, before I go into Astraea, this moon, the second moon. This is not like, seriously, if it is something, it's an asteroid, but honest to God, so I'm very psychic. I feel things, hear things instantly. When I hear things, I know. I've been this way for a very long time, and this is me. You believe you. No judgment either way, okay? But I believe that is ships. Like, they are off-planet ships, and they are us. Remember, you are E.T., you are an off-planet being. That is our ancestors. It's our brothers and sisters. So you take that for what you want. But I just don't believe, I believe that is a complete hoax. I connect with the planets. I go outside at night and I talk to them. I have since I was a little girl. I connect and hear, like I know Nibiru is out there. Connected with him. So much so that I bought a massive gong of Nibiru frequency. So like, I don't feel another moon out there. You know, and I'm still unsure if the current moon that we have is like a natural moon, you know. I'm still very unsure. It doesn't feel all the time like a natural moon, even though it does, you know, I use it in the astrology, but it doesn't feel. And I also feel like there's another planet out there that we are not addressing, like it's not put into our consciousness yet. I feel like there's going to be a new planet that's going to come forward. I've been feeling that for the last year. I feel like something is going to change in all of this, you know, and how I read the astrology. I know something's changing, something's shifting, and I feel like it's been hidden. You know, they've hidden so much from us. And I just, you know, I know dragons are real, fairies are real, unicorns are real. All of that stuff that you think is stories and myths was real. They just made you to believe that it's a myth. Giants are real, you know. Look at Tartaria, you know, look that up. Do some research. Go down the rabbit hole. It's very interesting. All right, so let's go ahead. It very well could be, Joanna. It very well could be. It doesn't feel natural to me. It never really has. She asked, for those of you on TikTok, please double tap the screen. Now, remember, if you're on TikTok and you want to see everything, I've got an eclipse chart that I'm about to show, showing a picture that shows the actual path of where the eclipse is going to be. I've got everything on goddess Astraea, which is the beautiful justice goddess that is with the eclipse moon, and everything, and the cards, everything is on Chanda Sparkles Astrology YouTube. Come on over. It's in my bio. All right, so here we go. Don't forget, down below are my links. I am booked out completely through October and November, and I have some bookings left in December, and I'm looking at January. I will be gone for a little while in Scorpio season. I'm taking time off to travel. And then after, we're going to come back, and in Sagittarius season, we'll get back into the swing. So this is the last weeks that you have to get in on the big package. It's a $400 value giveaway. You must do it on YouTube. You must like, subscribe, and replay comments. That's how I gather all the names. All right. Let's see. Kelly's Corner says, I got to move this up so everybody can see. I saw pictures of something pictured in Colorado that looked like a planet. I posted them on X and said to Troy, it looks like a planet or a huge round ship. Okay, so the arcs. So the space arcs that I've been seeing here. By the way, if you're new, I live on the coast on Padre Island. That's Corpus Christi, Texas, Padre Island, not South Padre. And I go out way south and I do crystal grid work. I have for many years. And when you go out there, it changes. Things change. I've seen indigenous spirits out there. I've seen beings in the sky. I've seen incredible events happening. I've taken people out there. We forage the land. We bless the land. We connect with the land here, which really isn't land. I just live on the biggest sandbar in the world. Isn't that cool, right? But anyway, we go out there and we do our works. But I've been seeing like underground cities, like underground civilization, like tunnels and stuff like that out there. And then I've also been seeing these space arcs, and they're very thin. Like you wouldn't think that there's a massive civilization of beings, from your Lyrans to your Sirens to your Octurians to everything. You wouldn't think in this, but it's a different dimension. But this is how it's coming through. So it's like a very thin space arc, and they were under the water. And then here recently, they came up through the water. And when they rose through the water, it was like the water, it was so hard the water turned gold. It was like, not all the water, of course, not the ocean. It still looked like the ocean, but the foam, like the foam from the sea was glistening gold as it was coming down. Because like when you raise something out of the water's coming down the side, right? That's how it looked. And I haven't seen anything on that yet, but I did have a dream. I had dreams of multiple beings and multiple people I know here in this dimension, in this reality, that we were off on the ships. And it's kind of like when I was in the Navy, you're getting drilled. It was like we were getting drilled. It's kind of spotty, like I didn't know. I went from here to there, but it felt like, and some of this stuff, I felt like I was becoming like drilled physically in another dimension in preparation. So this is also a very big time of preparation. Very big time of preparation to prepare for. Not real sure yet. We'll see, right? So anyway, all the links are below. Please donate. Give me a cup of coffee or something, because I'm not monetized, if you resonate with this information. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take the banners down. Remember, opt out October. You can opt out. You don't have to plug in. You don't have to plug in, right? You plug into you. You love on you. You grow your heart. You connect to your Christed light. You connect to who you are and love who you are, because the more you love and the more you be love and attract love, that's what you're going to see. And the more of us do that by holding this light, this world will change. It will shift. It will. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull up what I've got here for you. Wow, Violet Flame Intuitive, you moved here? Oh, now, wow, we need to meet. You need to come. If I have like a drum circle, or we are going on winter solstice. I do a winter solstice thing every year where we go out and we do the crystal grid work and connect and forge the land. It's always very magical. It's a lot of fun. So definitely DM me on Facebook so we can get connected. Awesome. So glad you're here. Welcome to the coast. Perfect. It is the perfect place to do it. She says she does it as well. Fantastic. So good to connect with you. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yay. Awesome. Come down. I used to host events multiple times a year, but I've kind of stepped back from doing it, but I'm slowly getting back into it. All right. So let's go ahead and look at this eclipse. No, I'm going to show you Astraea first. Okay, so here is Astraea. You can see everything on Candace Sparkle's Astrology YouTube. All right, I'm going to move this over here, and then I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. Okay, so Astraea, the goddess Astraea, she was a celestial virgin, okay? The star maiden. She is speaking. Starseed She's speaking from Speaker, okay? She is the daughter of Eos and the Titan goddess of the dawn. So she's the daughter of the Titan goddess of the dawn, and she is her father is the Titan goddess of the dusk. So like she balances from dawn to dusk. That's her energy. She's very just. She's the goddess of purity, innocence, and justice. She was last immortal to live amongst humans, finally ascending to the heavens as the constellation of Virgo, when the mortals greed and distrust became way too much for her. It is said that she will return to Earth when Earth has overcome all of this stuff, and we are ushering in the new golden age. Call upon Astraea to help you rise above the bias and the prejudice, to see the very best in others. Even if they don't see it in themselves, she can be a powerful ally. You need to get to the precise heart of the matter about things, particularly during legal procedures. She's really great, the goddess Astraea, to call upon. All right. And then I'm also going to show you the one that I made just because I want to show you. So this is how I see her. When I tapped into her this morning, I see her as a warrior of complete balance and faith. Like she cannot live in a world like it is right here. She couldn't handle it. Like she has to have balance and faith and love and trust. She's very kind of also Libran, I feel, and she is pure energy. But this is how I saw her. Because, she's adorned with the wheat, because she's in the constellation of Virgo. And I felt very blue hues with her, like that royal blues that come through. Yeah, that's what I felt. But she's very determined. And she's kind of like waiting. She's in waiting for us to get through all of this stuff. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead. And also, I'm going to, while we're here, show you the not Sabian symbol, the Chandra symbol. And yeah, there's the eclipse right back there. I'll show you that in a second. The Libra solar eclipse happening at 10 degrees, but in the symbols and in the inside degrees, you have to always round it up one, right? So we're at 11. This is what the energy of this eclipse is. It's like a staple energy for this period, for the next 6 months. 3 to 6 months is how long an energy of the eclipse could play out. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and read this to you. The title of it is Tea Leaves that form a pentagram. This is so interesting because tea leaves that form a pentagram. I was just studying, I have symbols, like it's a very old book from college. It's all symbols, very old hardcover book of every symbol. And I was just studying on the pentagram because I felt that pentagram energy coming through. Because remember, the pentagram has kind of been hijacked. The pentagram, the 5-pointed star, when the star is pointed up, that is spirit calling in your light, trusting on your faith. And then the other 4 points to the pentagram are all of your directions. We honor the directions because each direction has its own flow of energy, and we're all made from that. So I thought this is very, very interesting. Destiny opens. Carte blanche, to enter upon fresh directions. If you don't know what carte blanche means, it's like the freedom to enter upon fresh directions. A child of destiny. Offered by spirit protection and guidance, encouragement and empowerment. You are the exception to the rule. The special exemption for future purposes extracted from the old regular patterns and given the chance to follow the inward instincts and sensibility completely. We are casting away old karmic patterns. We are ending old karmic programs and contracts with people. And we're starting new ones. So be open. Be open for the new, right? Because this is a new moon. Granted permission to make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes, right? Make a fool of yourself if you have to and still come up as the one everybody knows can and will do astounding things. Just because down the road somebody is calling you onward who cannot be refused. It's okay to stumble. It's okay to still feel magnificent when you stumble. You are protected, you are guided, but it is a period of really releasing a lot of those programs, really releasing those old karmic. I had one relationship throughout this period that just went bye-bye, and it was someone I really dearly loved. I really dearly loved her. And I just don't understand it, but it is what it is. I'm not going to let it stop me from being my highest self, from being my highest light, from moving forward on my mission, because I'm going to bounce back. Just because you're down the road, somebody is calling you. Somebody else is going to be calling you forward. Somebody else is going to say, hey, I want you, just like this wonderful Violet Flame Intuitive who I've never seen in the chat here, who says she just moved here. And Joanna, yeah, come on, let's do this. This is about community. Jupiter and Gemini is about community. And we have a lot of Jupiter energy flowing as Jupiter's slowing to go retrograde. So there is your symbol. Hopefully you've taken a screenshot, or you can always check the YouTube. I put everything that I put on Facebook, I put on the YouTube tab, most generally everything. All the updates, I do daily updates on Facebook. I have 2 different pages on Facebook. You can always look for me there. So this is cool, huh? Yeah, y'all like this? I made this. I'm pretty excited about it. Well, I started with something and then I expanded upon it. Let's put it like that. I'm really enjoying my AI art. It's a lot of fun. But I didn't claim this whole thing because I did start with something, but then I made it all jazzy and glow because it was kind of flat and dull. Anyway, so you can see here. I want to... Oh, wait, hold on. It's right here. There we go. Where's my thing? All right, so you can see here, this is the track right here of how the eclipse goes. All right? And you can see it's going right through Easter Island. I feel like Hawaii is also getting, a good view of the eclipse. It's going to be that ring of fire because it's a penumbral eclipse. So that means that, like, literally, because the moon is positioned so much further from the sun and it's just like blocking it out, that you still see that ring of fire. So Hawaii very well may see this eclipse. But you can see it's across the Pacific Ocean, and then down here in South America around Brazil, Peru. But Easter Island is out here. Isn't that neat? So I'm going to keep my eye on Easter Island over this next 6 months and what's happening in the southern parts of Peru. And, for all the conspiracy theories, the wall is supposed to be down here. If that is true, maybe something is going to be affected with Antarctica. Maybe some news, something coming out, how we relate, what we believe. Maybe we'll finally get some truth to all of the stuff, right? Okay, so there you go. You've got that. I'm sure you've seen that by now. All right. So I'm going to hit that like this, and I'm going to go like that. And then I'm going to pop us back over here for a second, and then I'm going to show you the chart. No, I'm going to show you Astraea. I got one more thing to show you on Astraea. Okay, here it is. Okay, so Astraea, the goddess of innocence and justice, is a big part of this eclipse, right? A deity revered for her purity and justice. Oh man, if you're on TikTok, please double tap the screen so I don't have to do this puzzle thing every time. There we go. Please double tap the screen. Thank you guys. If you want to see everything I'm showing over here on Chanda Sparkle's Astrology YouTube, everything is being shown. Okay, so it's the god of dusk and the goddess of dawn. Those are her parents. She symbolizes bright and hopeful aspect of humanity. You want to look at Astraea as like the ultimate star seed, like the ultimate powerful light, okay? It says the name Astraea means star maiden. Reflects her celestial nature, connection to the heavens. In the lore of the Greek mythology, she lived on Earth during the Golden Age, a time when the humans lived in peace and harmony. However, the Iron Age dawned, marking an era of wickedness and misery. Astraea chose to leave Earth, dismayed by the growing injustice and corruption among humans. Okay, and there's a lot more here. You can go and check this out. This is GreekMythology.com. It's one of my absolute favorite places to go for my Greek mythology stuff. So go and check it out. And then I have here, because Astraea is in the Virgo constellation, I went to space.com, another one I like to go to, and it shows here that tells you a little bit about Virgo. Okay, it's the second largest constellation in the sky. It's the largest constellation of the zodiac. Okay, so remember, the constellations in the sky is a little different from the astrology of the zodiac. You know, it's a little bit different. But right now, this Libra eclipse in the astrology is happening right here where this Astraea goddess star is. Okay, so the constellation Virgo is famously primarily for its affiliation with the astrology as one of the 12 constellations of the zodiac, but it also contains treasures and troves of interesting deep sky objects. So you see there's a lot going on here in this. Okay, and there's Astraea right there. Okay, so let's go back up here. I want to where did it go? Okay, the easiest way if you're outside to find Astraea is go to Virgo, the Arcturus, speed to Spica. So basically, Spica, which is a Spican starseed, which I'm Spica. If you have anything in Virgo at 10 degrees, you definitely are in this area. Like, this is all a Spican star. I don't think it's 10 degrees. I think I'm getting mixed up here, but hold on. You could be a starseed from Arcturus. It's in the Bootes constellation. And you can see that they're right there next to each other in the Virgo constellation. It's very powerful. And coming up, I believe it's on the 16th. Is when Venus is going to be conjoined there. I believe it is. I'll have to the sun. There's truly a lot to explore with Virgo. But anyway, I'm not going to go all into this, but I just want you to see there are two galaxies that are very unique that hold a lot of symbol in this eclipse. This butterfly galaxy. See, there are two galaxies here. And look how it makes a butterfly. And what does the butterfly mean? Transformation. The butterfly doesn't know it's going to become a butterfly. The butterfly is a caterpillar, and the next thing you know, the butterfly, it's in this goo, and it's like, what the hell is happening to me? And then finally he comes out of the goo, and he's got wings, and he can fly away. It doesn't ask, it just does. This is kind of the energy the point that I'm trying to get off here with Astraea. It's a butterfly galaxy, a 2-for-1 special. Two galaxies, one target. The spiral galaxies are slowly colliding with each other, and they originally were found in 1784. So you can go and check all of this out at space.com right there. And then the final thing I want to show you is this fixed star Spica. Okay, by the way, if you're ever looking for some really good website, theastrologyking.com. That's not the Leo King, although I love David Palmer, the Leo King. This is theastrologyking.com. He is great for studying the stars. He's really got a great website. Go and check that out. But you can see here, Spica is always held in her hand, and it's like the wheat. That's why I put the wheat around Astraea, around her crown of her head, because it's all about the harvest and the growth and the nurturement. You know, it's about putting stuff in the dark and walking away knowing that the earth is going to water it and a plant's going to come out the ground. You know what I'm saying? It's like that complete trust of knowing. That's a lot of this energy. We got to have that complete trust of knowing. The fixed star Spica is a spectroscopic binary star system whose stars are so close together they are egg-shaped rather than spherical and can be separated by their spectra. The primary is blue. It's a blue giant. The beta is not. Like they look blue, but the primary one is really big and blue. It's in the maiden in the brightest sky of Virgo, okay? But here you can see where all of these stars are at. That's 24 degrees of Libra. See the Libra glyph right there. Did I not get my thing? Right here. So if you have anything at 23, 24, or 25 of Libra, you are speaking starseed. This is how I do it. This is how I know. If you have anything at 24 to 56, so if you have Arcturus, you're an Arcturian starseed. So I wanted to show you some of this stuff because you can really go and look up all of this. But this is very beneficial. Spica is a super beneficial planet. It gives riches and reward, and it helps to bring in the love. So it gives success, renowned riches, a sweet disposition, a love of art and science, unfruitfulness, injustice, and innocence. So it's like fighting for the innocence, fighting for the truth, you know, like this, and coming up in us in a more kind, sweet way. And we take care of each other, and we're there for each other more. You know, we come together in community more. Or something else here I want to show you. I have highlighted. There is, however, a word of warning to go with it, with Spica. We only reap the harvest if we have first sown the seed and cared for the fields, and what we reap must last. And all who labored in the fields until the next harvest is ready. He does not do so well from Spica who reaps what he has sown, uses the profligate or denies to others their share of his good fortune. As though to rub this quite firmly, Arcturus in the sky above the Virgin's hand is the prime star of the much rougher character, the herdsman, just as ready to take care of his herd, but not to stand any nonsense from them. So this entire thing, you know, Spica is very spiritual. She's very psychic, and she's very soft. And you can see her as a strong warrior, but a soft warrior, with qualities that, you know, like she has a purity to her, you know, but she's a powerful starseed, powerful speaking starseed is how I see her. And she is part Arcturian, you know, and if you've been here, you know that I have said that I believe that that's a hub area in Spica, where basically if you're going to come into a human form, because if you're Arcturus, because I've had memories, I've had dreams of this, if you're coming into a human form, then you have to go through some training if you have been a Spican, because Spicans are normally, they don't take on a body. They're normally just pure energy. They're just pure source energy, and they really don't take on a body much, you know. And but when they do, and we are now, you know, because we have purpose to come back here, and when they do, you know it, you'll know it. You know, you can feel it when you have the dreams, when you have the realizations, when you have the flashes, when you have the visitations. You know it. You know that you're speaking starseed, because you've come from the Arcturus area to speak from Spica to Arcturus, and I believe, and it could be vice versa, but I believe up in that whole area that there is like a training facility or some kind of a hub where the energy beings of Spica go to train to have a better understanding of how to be a human before coming into human. So like my memories are, I live past the Andromedas. I've had lots of these memories. I've had awakening visions past the Andromedas. I know what my planet looks like. I could describe it. And I feel like it's either Arcturus or it's, and this is not coming from books or from listening to other people. This is my own stuff. It's either Arcturus and Spica, one or the other. The Arcturians will like train the Spicans, and then the Spicans finally take a body. They take a form of some sort. So this is why I was like, Astraea! Oh my gosh! This is so crazy. You know, it's just so crazy to me how it all lined out. And then there were so many signs after signs after signs that I was on the right track. And once I get a nibble, I'm a double Scorpio. I got to go deeper. So this is how deep I got. And there you go. Hope you enjoyed that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging. Now let's go and look at your zodiac, shall we? Let's look at your zodiac. Let's go on over here and see what we got. Bam. Hello, Libra solar eclipse. Okay. I need a little sip of coconut water. Hi, Sammy. How are you doing? Please comment, like the live if you're on here. I really appreciate it. If you want to see the chart and you want to see everything that's going on, Chanda Sparkles Astrology YouTube, everything's being shown over here. Okay, let's go. So, this Libra solar eclipse, no, I'm not doing this right now. Remind me later. Wanting me to update right now. That's funny. Okay, so this Libra solar eclipse is happening October the 2nd, 2024. And I do have this set for where I live in Corpus Christi. Don't worry about the house placements right now. We're going to get to your specific house in a minute. This is just the basics, overall general consensus of the energy of the solar eclipse. Here in Texas, it's happening at 1:49 Central. You will have to adjust for your time zone. So if you have a little look-see here, there's quite a bit going on. Okay? You see all that right there? That's a lot. There's a lot going on in Libra. Okay? So we have the Vestal Virgin right there in the same little kind of chunk of space hanging out. Like literally all of these planets from here, from here over here, all of these have had to go by and visit the divine Vestal flame. You know, so they've already been given their light orders, you know. I look at each of these planets and these asteroids and stars even as their own character, as their own energy that plays out, and they communicate and dance together on this zodiac, you know. And we don't believe in astrology and it doesn't rule over us, right? It's not a belief system. It's a science. It's a GPS that you can use to understand how things may or may not play out in your life based on cycles of the past, and how we're gonna like defrag it now and make it all good, you know? Defrag. Wow, that's something old coming through. Thanks, guys. Okay, so let's get to the basics here. So there's the sun, there's the moon, there's the south karmic node of fate, black moon Lilith, Astraea, Mercury, and Juno. Juno is bringing in that divine relationship innocence as well. You know, Juno is like, well, it's like the June bride. It's the marriage. It's the commitment that you're making during this time to yourself and to others. And there's going to be a lot of talks around what commitments need to be made and what don't, with Mercury being there. You know, and we've already spoken to Astraea, but Black Moon Lilith, we spoke a lot to in the last videos. Please go back and check that out. Everything's got timestamps and chapters because we're going to get on so we can get the zodiac done. But just know this south karmic node, see, it's look, 11 degrees, 10 degrees, 10 degrees, 10 degrees, 10 degrees, 6 degrees. Everything is really tight, and it's all speaking directly over in this. Look at this. Oh, I gotta double click it. I gotta show you this. In the Sesqui square. So this is what someone was asking, what's a Sesqui square? So it's a medium. What it does is it says, okay, this may be a little bit awkward. You may have to overcome this, and this can be it's like putting peanut butter with hot sauce. Like having a peanut butter with like the freaking hottest of hot and having a hot sauce peanut butter sandwich. It just doesn't make sense. So there's a lot of things happening in our life that don't make sense because Uranus over here in Taurus is like saying, I'm going to suddenly make a lot of stuff happen. I'm going to suddenly have this. The people are awakening. People are waking up their brains. Like they're finally starting to see a lot of things are not right. Because there's a lot of people that just little robots as they go through life. People are literally seeing what is happening here. And it's a beautiful thing. Okay, so I'm not going to hit this entire chart, but I do want you to understand there is this massive, beautiful, golden, wonderful trine. Actually, it's a blue trine. It's a water trine between Venus in Scorpio, Saturn in Pisces, and Mars in Cancer. Remembering that Mars is slowing down to go retrograde. Jupiter in Gemini is about to go retrograde next week. And Pluto is retrograde, and he's getting ready to go direct and leave Capricorn, and he'll be over here in Aquarius. With all of this that's going on, this is extremely emotional. This is like this is water on steroids. It's like so emotional. But this is a supportive aspect. A trine supports in harmony, okay? It will help. The sextile from Chiron over to Jupiter, as Jupiter is also trining up here to the Juno, it's going to also support. We have support. Yes, it's not an easy road right now. And just remember, all of these planets are heading to Scorpio. And then they'll head to Sagittarius, okay? Everything's heading this way. And they're moving pretty fast. So just let's look. Let's see what they're moving. Okay? Let's go here. So here you go. You can see this right here. Please come over to Chanda Sparkles Astrology YouTube. You can see everything on the screen. Okay. So this solar eclipse, you can see the only thing that's really going fast here is Mercury. What's that? It's Mercury, Venus, okay? And then we don't really count these asteroids. Like, I don't look at those. I'm looking at the main, but they're going fast too. Look at all the asteroids. They're really hauling ass too. That's very interesting. But Mars is slowing down. Mars is your will, your drive, your ego. It is aggressive energy. It's fighting. Them's fighting words. And then Jupiter is a benefic planet. It's a benefic, so it helps us. It expands and it attracts like the good stuff. The deep guru wisdoms, the aha moments, the truth is told now, like things come out. Jupiter really wants to have a good time. Jupiter's trying to have a good time, but Jupiter is in Gemini, and Jupiter in Gemini is about your community. If you're getting invited to community events, do not turn them down, because that's going to be where you're going to get your resources when shit hits the fan. Okay. If things go down, you got to have community, you got to have tribe, you got to have people around you that that you can count on, that you can rely on, that you can talk to, really plug in. To be a recluse during this time period is not good. Like from now on, recluse energy, we've done that. We've been there, done that. We already did that. We did that 21, 2020, all that. It's time to come out. It's time to come out. Remember, what is it? Wizard of Oz. Hello, Glinda the Good Witch. She comes through and she says, okay, it's safe. The evil one is gone. This is part of that energy of this eclipse. It's coming. We have support. Trust, have faith, shine your light, be the light, be the powerful motherfucking light being that you are, and don't ever believe anything different. But I also want to say this. These score points, as you can see, majority of these planets are at a negative. It's because they're not in dignity, okay? Majority of these planets are not in dignity, meaning These planets don't like to be in certain houses, and they don't like to be aligned with certain other planets. Normally you come over here and you got a plus. You got a lot of pluses. Look, the only one that we got a plus, and it's only a +0, is Mercury. So normally, like, remember, we come over here, it's like +5, +2, +6, sometimes +9. You know, Saturn in Capricorn, that's a +9, you know. So I have to look at this and say, scary a little bit, you know. This is intense. It's not easy. It's edge. So edge up. Step into it. Don't hide, because that won't work either, because that shit will find you at home. Okay. That's it on this. Now we're going back over here. And then I'm going to take that down. Okay, thank you. Good for you, the lion. Hey, it says, yeah, all summer I was a recluse and I am so done. If you are here on the live, please double tap this screen for me and comment. You can ask anything if you like. Okay, I'm still a recluse. Yeah, please. I spent all summer as a recluse. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I'm always looking for more moderators. If you're interested, please direct message me on Facebook or send me an email. It's very easy to be a mod, and we don't require you're always here, but we do need some assistance sometimes. If someone can't be here, if they get sick or something like that, I really would appreciate it. Yes. Do you hear that? That's crazy. The fire alarm in my spare room is going off now. It's not like going off. It's like, beep. It's like telling me that I need to change it. I'm like, Jesus, that's going to annoy me. Okay, so let's go. Let's go ahead and get after this astrology charts. So you want to know where your, okay, I also wrote this note. I write notes in my astrology thing. Many opposites. So this whole month has a lot of oppositions happening to Pluto as well. And Mars is in this trine to Saturn, right? You know, Mars, Saturn, I told you that trine. So, and Mars being in shadow and being out of bounds. It's just like Mars is so important to the human vibe, the way we step forward and what our will is to live, or what our will is, and how we address others through our own will. And when he's off, we're off, and we got to pay extra attention. You know, you got to pay extra attention. Don't worry, Ron. Hi, Ron. I'm glad to see you. Don't worry. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it handled. It just started. It's the one that always happens. It's the only one, really. I kind of like using the tablet again. I'm kind of bringing it back old school. I used to do it just like this until I started working with just the screen over there. Well, thank you. The lion says, the Arcturians have been coming up for me a lot again lately. In the evening, in the past week, they don't like it when I start to forget about them. You know, they came up for me a lot in 2021. And sometimes they come around, but not near as much. I've had more interaction lately with the mantis. The mantis have been coming around. And I have seen a lot of the Lyran popping up here and there. Like I've seen a lot of symbolage that I thought it was Lyran just in this past week. So who knows? And I do believe with all of the turmoil, from the war to the floods, to the storms, to the explosions, to the everything, that we all need to be calling in the dragons. I've been calling in Anna dragon. If you're new, I have Anna dragon. She's a red and gold dragon. And then I have grandfather dragon, and he is a green, gold, and black dragon. And I've been calling them in to go and put some of that calm it down, to burn it away. It's a good time to burn things away. During eclipse, you got to really be careful. Like, you got to know if this is a good eclipse to go out and like view. Of course, most of us aren't going to be able to view this, but it's still going to be happening. I would encourage you, whatever time it's happening in your area, I would encourage you to utilize that time to do something in reference to what I'm about to explain to you on this screen. Okay? All right, so bear with me. It's been a minute since I've done things like this. So we're going to have to go all the way back. I've got every single person's chart on here, so we can start with Aries. All right. All right, I'm going to use red. And there we go. Okay, so Aries, you're up first. This is happening in your 12th house of hidden wisdom, okay? Excuse me, I'm gonna redo that. My bad. Aries, this is happening in your 7th house of relationships, okay? So this is the real, and because that North Node is in your sign, and this is the last little stretch, because it's that North Node here is at 6 degrees, it's going to be really activating what have you been instigating, what have you been initiating through your relations, like what relationships have come up and been formed over this past almost 18 months. It's now at like 16 months, okay? So it's a really good time to, if there are relations that you need to smooth over, or there are relations that you need to address, or if there's something that's coming up to show you something about yourself, it's a really good time to really release some of that stuff. Dealing with people in relationship is the main theme for you. And then I also want to address, because the main, this main alignment that's coming over here to the Great Awakener, Uranus in Taurus, you may have some sudden shocking things happening in your money house. The 2nd house for you is your money house. This is how you earn your money. It's what you do to earn your money. It's how you attract money towards you. So you may very well have some kind of, there might be a death in your family and you receive some kind of an inheritance. There might be some kind of divorce settlement, because this is big around legalities for you. There could be some sort of payout that comes your way. So it's actually a pretty good thing for all involved here when you're really speaking to how you relate to others and how you gain your wealth through others. Okay? All right. Now on to Taurus, the bull. What's up, my cows? Moo cows. All right, so Taurus. This is happening in your 6th house of health and wellness. The 6th house of health and wellness, all right? So Taurus, it's really important that you realize, how are you addressing those things around health and wellness? And really, because Mercury's there, it's mental health and wellness as well. And you have come a long way, on your health track. You have been really putting it down, like you've been laying it down on how you're eating, what you're eating, when you're eating, how you deal with wellness. What is it? Maybe you've changed and you're like, I don't really want to go see that doctor anymore. I really want to go and see a sound healer. You go see someone that does sound activations. You can come see me here in the sound activations room. You're changing how you do health and wellness through relationship. You're going to meet people. You're going to come into contact with people that are going to ignite something within you around your health and wellness. It's also about how you receive your harvest. This 6th house is all about harvest. And it is time to gather the harvest that you have, whether that be certain things that you've been growing or certain things that you've been, even just creating. It is about saying, okay, it's time for me to take these things and hold them close to my heart and figure out where I'm going with this, because it will initiate in 6 months from now. Okay. And Uranus is in your first house. You have had such the transit. Uranus is the great awakener. It's when it shakes your foundations. And it's been there for 6 years now. And it's about to leave next May. Uranus will leave and enter into Gemini. Okay. So you only have a little while longer for Uranus to really wake you up, to really ignite that light that's, awareness. It's like peeling back to the layers of the onion and getting to the center within you, in your physical body. Your senses are being activated. In the 6th house, it's all about how I sense things, and this because you are the sign that rules all of our senses. So there you go, Taurus. I hope that helped you. And now we're moving on to Gemini. So, hi Gemini. You, my friend, have had quite the party going on with Jupiter being in your first house here. Jupiter is expanding you, growing you, moving you. And now remember to be caution in overdoing things. Things can seem too much. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like too much. Sometimes you could become too much. Be careful with that. But it is the best transit to have. Like when Jupiter's moving through your sun sign, it's a really good time. Now remember, these are for sun and rising. You can put it to your rising sign as well. All right, this eclipse is happening for you in your 5th house. Yay! The 5th house of joy and children. The 5th house of how you light up your heart. It is the heart as well. So realize that there could be something going on with your heart. You need to really pay close attention. What's happening in your chest? What's happening with the vibrational field of how your heart beats? This is really important for you. Geminis, you are always busy, right? You're always moving. You got multiple things happening all of the time. You got this project and you got that side gig and you got this workspace. You got lots of different things happening. With this eclipse, it's asking you to horn in and dissolve some of that away. Some things have got to go. You've got to simplify things. But this is the time of going out and just having some fun. What lights you up? What makes you happy? Whatever makes you laugh? Dancing, singing, artistry, family, your children. What lights you up? Think of the sun, okay? So this is an eclipse that is activating the light. So it may have been really hard for you recently, because this is a time period of let go and release. But know this is also whenever, with Black Moon Lilith being there, those tough times that you have, those really tough things that's coming up, you are finding in yourself through this period that you're able to slay it, right? You're able to slay it much easily. Like if you look at yourself now compared to 2 years ago, when this transit started, you could see the change that you have made, the positive moves that you have made to get away from some of that tough stuff. But this very well could be some more coming your way, but you're strong enough to handle it. Thank you, Gemini. I hope that helped you. And now we're on to Cancer. Cancer, the crab. How are you, my crabbies? Click, click. All right. Let's see here. There we go. All right, Cancer. So Cancers, this is happening for you in your 4th house of home and family, the one that you know so very well. Isn't that so interesting, right? I'm going to lay it down with you. You got to quit being so bitchy and demanding. Like really, really. You got to watch it. You got to watch it. This could really pull up some serious aggressions for you. This happening in your 4th house, okay? This is all about you feeling secure within yourself. Whenever you feel secure within yourself, and this is by doing this, like daily practices that make you feel secure. Doing those daily practices that assist with that will help you to release and let go of some of that aggression that you're dealing with. You know, Cancer, you've got Mars. Mars is in your home sign, about to go retrograde next month, slowing down now to go retrograde. Out of bounds Mars. This is making you want to fight. This is making you want to, like, you know, it is going to push you to succeed. It is going to push you to make those changes that you need to make. But you got to really watch it, because that Martian energy wants to battle. And you don't want to destroy relationships in your home by battling. Uranus, that's happening in your 11th house, okay? So your home needs to be secured. Yes. Where you at? What home are you staying at? I feel like someone from the outside is coming in. Someone from the outside is coming in to assist, to direct, to show. Pay very close attention to the tribe rather than the family. Your tribe is going to be your answers here, okay? You're going to get the answers through tribe or community. You know, the collective whole. The 11th house is the collective whole. But Uranus is shocking the shit out of you and saying, hold on. You need to redirect yourself before you wreck yourself. We love you, Cancer. This little Mars transit in your sign will be over by April. All right? Hope that helped you. My guides are a little aggressive tonight. I apologize. Okay, here we go. Edit. Now we're on to Leo. Okay, Leo. This is happening in your 3rd house of communications. An eclipse is eclipsing out your voice to be able to speak your truth right now. You're supposed to be quiet. So you're probably seeing challenges. You could be seeing challenges with your social media or your marketing or at work, being able to say what you want to say. You know, it's not coming out all the way you want. You're being eclipsed. Your communicative skills are getting eclipsed right now. It's supposed to be that way. Trust it. You know, trust that this is all happening. And I feel like it's happening in your work. You're getting a lot of shocking shit around your work because you've got Uranus over here in the 10th house directly speaking over to this eclipse. Uranus literally wants you to be in awe. You know, Uranus kind of gets a bad rap because he often is just like, oh my God, Uranus comes in and he's like the wrecking ball and he wrecks everything and then I have to start all over. You know, it's that kind of an energy. But when you start all over, you always find new things, better things, a better way to do life, a better way for you in the 10th house to do work. This is what you're known for. What's your legacy? What are they going to say about you when you die? What are you going to be known for? How are you going to continue to climb that mountain that's connected to how you communicate? It's also going to be a time for writing. So this is not only an eclipse, this is an ignition. You know, this is a new moon solar eclipse. So it's all, something is being completely wiped out around your speech and your communications, your internet, your social media, your phone. You may have even lost your phone. Your phone excuse me, your phone could have, like, you know, been dropped off in the water or whatever. But just know that by using this eclipse and all of these beautiful goddesses and this South Karmic node of fate that is there, I spoke a lot about the South Karmic node of fate. Oh, I think it was in the previous video, but also before this, because I'm feeling from you, Leo, that you're extremely frustrated in the fact that you cannot get what you want out there, or you cannot speak what you want now. Like you're wanting to get things done. And you know what? You just got to pause and trust. Pause and trust. All right. Now we're going on to Virgo. Okay, Virgo. This is happening in your second house. Right there. Your money, your wealth, your commodities, anything having to do with how you work is being completely changed. Different things are going to start to begin to come forward, but I would say there's some great endings. And I also might say there might be some endings and some shocking things that happen around maybe some foreign things that are foreign to you. I feel like foreign countries, foreign lands, foreign people, someone new is going to come into your life that is not of what you normally would work with. There's someone new, someone different, someone interesting that maybe even a little bit awkward, I feel, that's going to have some kind of an effect on how you make your money, on how you do life and work. So be paying attention to that. And I also want to say, because Mercury right here is your ruler, this is very powerful if your speech is being stopped. Like if you feel like sometimes you can't talk, or you feel like you just can't go on, you can't say anything, or you can't write anything, whatever it may be around communications, trust it. Pause. And I know that's hard for you, Virgo. I know. But Uranus has got some kind of shock and surprise coming in, and it could be around some deep hidden wisdoms about you. It could very well be about you. But this is also initiating travel for you. This is initiating going into long journeys and faraway places. This is getting on a plane and flying to visit somebody, or flying to a festival, or whatever you're going to do. Right, Virgo? Anyway, I love you, Virgo. I hope that this eclipse little mini read helped you out. All right, now we're on to Libra. Oh, Libra. Before I go any further, before I say anything else, I just want to... I want to give a nice big applause to the Libras and the Aries. I probably should have done it for the Aries too, but the Libras, you got the tail end of the dragon. So Rahu and Ketu, okay, the north node Rahu, the south node Ketu has been transiting your sign for almost 18 months now. And it is there at 6 degrees in your first house, okay? First house. You see here, this north node has completely changed how you deal in relations. And it's also changed in how you vibrate, how your frequency is held. Like you can feel the difference now between now and let's just say 16 months ago, right? You can feel how you're not taking shit no more. You used to kind of like be a little passive, and kind of like, yeah, I'll do this. Yeah, okay. Now you're kind of like taking the bull by the horns, and you're like, no, I need to do what's right for me in order for everyone to be okay. Like I have to do what's right for me. And this is the time you're getting eclipsed. Everything about you in every essence of the word, especially if you have any, like if your sun is anywhere from 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 degrees, or any planets in there, mind you, some of you Libras have multiple planets in there. This is highly reactive. It is a reset for you. This is a complete reset for Libras. And it is speaking over here very strongly to this Uranus. And Uranus is the shocking planet that just like, wow, that was hidden from me, because it's in the 8th house for you, okay? Uranus speaking to all of this is saying, you know what? You've got to realize that those hidden things are jewels, Libra. The hidden taboo stuff are the jewels that you're looking for. Don't run from it. Expand upon it. What do you have to lose? Right? It's kind of like, why not? You came here to be a human and have an experience. So why not expand upon it, Libra? You know? Don't let things just get shoved under the rug just because you want to keep the peace anymore. This is about you stepping up and taking charge of the self. This is about you looking in the mirror of reflections that's coming up in the people that you know and saying, you know what? I get it now. It was always about me rather than about we. This is the eclipse of the we. And this is when humanity is taking more charge of the self. And you are leading that charge right now. So what are you going to do with it? Thank you, Libra. Happy eclipse. It's the last one for a very long time that you're going to receive. You have made a big completion. I want you to think about 9 years ago. 9 years ago, these nodes were in Aries and Libra, and you were getting activated with eclipses. What was going on then? And then compare it to now. This is a big completion. Congratulations. All right. Now we're moving on to Scorpio. Oh, wait. I almost deleted it. Hold on. Here we go. All right, Scorpio. This is happening in your 12th house of hidden wisdom and hidden enemies. This is the ultimate house of leaving the body. This is the ultimate house of everything dissolving away, emptying the vessel to become the complete self, you know? When you have a 12th house eclipse, it's like the darkest of the dark comes out. And you cannot run away from it. You know, it's there and you see it. I am a Scorpio sun and a Scorpio rising, so I can really speak to this. You know, if you've got Scorpio, I can really speak to this. It's almost like the naughty girl comes out. Like there's this little wickedness. It's like the shadow comes up. And it's like that anger kind of surfaces a little bit. But it doesn't ever quite surface. You know, it's like kind of like bubbling underneath the surface. Remembering the 12th house Scorpio is very much like the depths of the swamp, the depths of the tunnels underneath the ground, and what's going on underneath there. What's going on underneath there, Scorpio? Bring it up. Have a look at it. Sit with it. Love it. Love your darkness. You wear it well. Don't fear the darkness. There's a lot of love there, okay? This is also talking to Uranus in your 7th house of relationships. So I would not be surprised if you meet somebody very interesting that really ignites that vibe within your heart of relationships and says, hey, you know, this is different. This is cool. This is an awakening. But first, there's a lot of loss that's happening here. The 12th house is the house of death. It's the house of leaving, leaving the body, leaving the planet. You may experience some people leaving your life, either literally or figuratively. Thank you, Scorpio. I hope this helped you. Sagittarius. It is Sagittarius, the fire sign, one of my favorite signs. I love my Sages. I'm also part Sag, so I get it. All right, here we go. Sagittarius. This eclipse is happening in your 11th house of community, of collective. This is really an interesting eclipse because you're going to want to go behind the scenes. You're really not feeling like you're wanting to plug in right now, but it's just the pause time right now for you. And then you're going to really want to go out. By this time next week, you're going to be like, I got to go everywhere. I got to go see this person. I need to go here. And I want to know about that trip. And how am I going to plan this? And ooh, I want to do that. That's coming. But for you right now, anything to do with community, connecting in with your tribe, you know, that is going to be something you're just going to want to eclipse. Like some of that stuff's got to go. Some of it's got to go. This is a great release, right? We're releasing in order to initiate later, okay? And you may see more people falling away within the tribe, within the community. You'll see shifts and changes happening there. Speaking directly over here to Uranus, in Taurus, in Gemini, in the 6th house. Your health and wellness is on the block for some surprises. Some unique, revolutionary, and even possibly rebellious ideas are coming forward that you didn't expect around your health and wellness. It could also be in just big shifts, like sudden, unexpected shifts in how you deal with food, exercise. You know, how are you consuming your food? Are you going to start growing your food? You know, on this kind of a transit, seriously, for everybody, it's not a bad time to put a seed in the ground because it is a dark time and then it's time to initiate. So maybe you start to grow some of your own food. Who knows? But this is a time where those relationships around you in the community are going to kind of fall away, a few of them, and then more will come in. Just trust the flow of the in and the out, the expansion and the grow, and go have some fun next week. You deserve it. Thank you. All right, Capricorns. Capricorns, the goat. Bah. Well, that's a sheep. What does the goat say? What does the goat say? Bah? Is that how they do it? I don't know. I can't remember. Isn't that strange? I can't remember how a goat says. All right. What does the goat say? No, that's the fox. Okay. Sorry. Getting a little high on the energy. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Capricorn. This eclipse is happening in your 10th house of how you make your money and what you're known for out in the world. I feel like you Capricorns have made some really big changes as Pluto has traversed your sign over the past many years since 2008. And, you know, that final, I got to change this, like you've made changes. You've moved, you've gone here, you've done a lot of changes. You've initiated a lot of things since that time period. This is the eclipse that's going to really tell you where you're going to be and what you're going to be doing. And you'll find this out come the spring. You'll know for sure by then. But this is a dark period around what you're known for and what people are going to, say about you. It's like your legacy house, okay? But how you work is definitely being released. There's something in how you work, how you earn your money, what you're known for. How whatever it is for you, you know what it is that needs to be released, and it's time to release it, So let go. Let it go. It's happening with Uranus shock and awe into your 5th house of home, family, joy, heart expansion. What excites you, what lights you up. There's going to be some surprises there. You'll find that there's some kind of family member. It could be a child, it could be a sister or a brother. There's somebody kind of, you love your family. You love your family so much, Capricorn, but there's some kind of shocking something that's coming in with family members. So be prepared and ready for that. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just feeling like you're going to get some big surprises over this time period, Capricorn. But trust, if you're feeling about your work and it's ending all of a sudden, it's meant to happen. This is the period for you, for the work, moving, the changing, the shifting. Could even be a sudden, person comes into your life and initiates you into a side gig in addition to the work that you're doing. You know, there's something changing there in how your money comes in and what you do. Okay? Keep at it. We know that you're disciplined enough to do so. And don't forget, Capricorn, this Pluto here, you only have until November the 19th. And Pluto is out of your sign forever. Congratulations. Good job. Good job. We're just going to give you some applause on that. Thank you, Capricorns. All right, we're moving on, and we're to Aquarius. All right, Aquarius. This is happening in the 9th house of long distance travel. You may have been wanting to go somewhere, and then all of a sudden you couldn't. You may have been wanting to leave, and you couldn't. I feel like this is also about how you hermit. Okay, so like you often will stay in and just kind of stay to yourself, and you're kind of like, you know, working through whatever it is that you're creating, whatever is, you know, brilliant ideas that come through to you, amazing geniuses, right? But I feel like there's some long distance foreign type of energy coming your way. And I feel like someone is going to come forward. There's going to be a group or something that comes forward, and they're wanting you to kind of like join in with them. But I feel like you're more going to be wanting to stay in the home space. But there's going to be some kind of sudden shocking thing that shocks you up. It might be something to do with the foundation of your house, the foundation of what you're building. There's some kind of a foundation that's off here and that's being eclipsed purposely. There's some kind of eclipse shocking moment that's going to come through around your home, your family, your ancestrals, that's going to tell you, hey, you know, Aquarius, you got to really pay more attention. And maybe, you know, it's time to do things way different than what you have been doing. Maybe it's time to really step it up. And, you know, maybe you want to learn about the Tibetan hidden wisdoms or something, or you're looking into the occult wisdoms. You know, it's something deep, like deeper than deep guru wisdoms that you're looking for. This isn't a surface level. So you need to dig a little deeper. And I feel like this group that's coming to you, whatever the group is, I don't feel like it's the best alignment right now. So don't feel bad if you're like, no, I can't do that, because it's not really there for you right now. But there's a lot of positivity happening for you. Like really, there's a lot of positivity in your money house. Saturn is making it stable. Saturn's going to stabilize your money house. That'll be complete by the middle of next year. Really fully complete by 2026. All right. Hope that helped you. Aquarius. We love you. And finally, last but not least, we have Pisces. Whoops, I hit the wrong thing. All right, Pisces, this is happening. Here you are, Pisces. This is happening in your 8th house of the occult. There could be some people transition out of your life forever. So that's a big possibility here for you. But this is also about like learning astrology. This is learning a new craft. This is really getting magic with a K. You know, this is like taking up Norse wisdom. This is really doing something that maybe all of the rest of the world, let's just say some of the rest of the world doesn't agree with. You know, this is about you going deep within yourself and learning the magic that you are. You know, it's time for you to even unfold that way that you have been. That way that you have been has to be gone. It's eclipsing out. You know, you're boundless. And sometimes that gets to be a lot. You got to carry all of that. And you're having an 8th house eclipse. 8th house is the house of Scorpio. You know what I'm saying? So really realize your psychic awareness is being ignited. It's okay to pause. It's okay to break. It's okay to wait. And the reason I say that is because Uranus is over here in your 3rd house of communications. and some kind of sudden communication, sudden message, something sudden that's going to surprise you. And I feel like pleasantly surprise you. There's going to be something that comes through that shows you the way. I feel like higher guidance, seeing guides, having new awarenesses. And they're saying, cleanse your pineal gland. Stop using fluoride and all of the things. Okay? All right. We love you, Pisces. We love you, love you, love you. You know, you've got Saturn and Neptune in your sign until the middle of next year. So when Saturn traverses through your sun or your rising area, Saturn is giving gifts. As long as you're disciplined, Saturn will, in the end of the transit, even though he's like, you know, he's kind of like that slave driver saying, you know, it's that voice inside of you that's like, man, I got to do this again, or I got to do this over. It didn't work this time. I got to start all over. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Your world's falling apart kind of stuff, you know? But your ruler is there holding it down. Your ruler is there keeping you focused, right? But just realize you got to go deeper. This is about going deeper. You won't be able to just skim by anymore, Pisces. We love you, though. All right? Okay, guys, that'll be it for the astrology tonight. I do appreciate every single one of you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming in. We love you, love you, love you. All right, I'm not answering questions when I do these. I've got to run, guys. I've got 4 other videos to do, so I've got to run. I love you. Talk to you soon. TikTok, thanks for being here. We are going to do this, the elements tarot reads are coming up next on Chanda Sparkles Astrology, so come on over. Thanks. All right, guys, I will see you here very shortly, and we are going to start with the air signs since this is a Libra solar eclipse. It'll be air, fire, water, earth. That'll be the sequence, and each video will have an event link time as to when I'm going to start. Probably about 10 minutes. Let me give myself a little break and go get a little drink, and then I'll be right back. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed this. I used to do it like this kind of, and I hadn't done it in a while, and I thought it might be good for the eclipse. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. Please do go down in the description and make sure that you do all the things. Email me if you want to get on my wait list. I'm booked up through October, November, but I'm starting to book into December and into January. If you want a year ahead, we'll be doing year aheads as well too. So you want to check that out. Okay, I love you. Thank you. Talk to you soon. I already just called out the elements, Kelly. I just called it out. Whatever it was. I know I'm starting with air. Air, water, fire, earth, I believe is what I said. Yeah, air is definitely first. Okay, love you guys. Thanks so much. Have a blessed reset. This is a reset in multiple ways. Walk in the light and spread the sparkle. Call on the starseed goddess Astraea to ignite the light with you throughout this period. All right.